excited to learn something new, if you are excited to learn something new, just send your favorite emoji. Okay, yeah, I can see that your favorite emoji. Let me know how excited you are. Today you're going to be learning how to become a telehealth nurse. That is not a cheap thing to learn. It's a very big thing. It's a very big thing. So it's something that is exciting, and I want to know how excited you are. I want to know how excited you are. I want to know how excited you are. Oh, is it only few people that are excited to be in this webinar? Only few. If you're excited, okay, yeah, we are going to be starting. Thank you so much for joining. I can see Nos Musa, I can see Nos Precious, I can see Nos Adugo, I can see Nos Catherine, Nos Abigail. Yeah, okay. Nos Precious said I'm excited though. Okay, Nos Ella said she's excited. Okay, I can see your emojis. That's a good one. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome to today's webinar. So we are going to be talking about how you can become a telehealth nurse. Okay, how you can become a telehealth nurse. Let me now share my screen with you so that you can see it. If you can see my screen, hold on, hold on. Okay, if you can see my screen, let me know. Let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, okay. You can see it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so that's fine. We are going to be. Let's start immediately. Okay. So welcome to today's webinar. My name is Divine Nweze. My name is Divine Nweze. Okay. So it might interest you to know. Yes, I can see that. So it might interest you to know that I am not a nurse, all right? So I am not a nurse. Okay. I know most of us, almost everybody here is a nurse, right? So, but however, me, I'm not a nurse. I have this passion for helping nurses, and it started when I was about to enter tertiary institution. I I had this desire to become a nurse. Okay, I had this desire to be a nurse. I had this desire to be a nurse, and however, even though I had the desire, the finances then was not enough. The finances then was not enough do my for me to run my nursing program. Okay, so however, now I did anatomy in school. When I now graduated, I went to the hospital so that I can understand the practical aspect of what I studied. That was when the journey started. I began to see how nurses were, mistreated, taken as a slave in the hospital, as though nurses are like the slaves now. But we know that nurses are not slaves in the hospital. Nurses are much more than that. Nurses are more dignitary. They have dignity, they have value, and your course, your profession as a nurse is a global one. Okay, it's a global one. It's not something that anybody should take for granted, not even if the person is a doctor. So nurses are the backbone of the hospital. In fact, nurses are the backbone of healthcare. Anytime nurses go on strike, it's as if the hospital, not even it's as if the hospital shuts down, because without nurses, no other thing can work in the hospital. Without nurses, the pharmacists cannot work. Without nurses, the doctors can't work. Without nurses, the hospital cannot run. Not even running effectively. It can't even run at all. So we have seen situations where nurses are being mistreated, maltreated, and as of then, I saw a nurse earning 35,000 naira. Is it like a nurse? I saw many nurses earning 35K in Nigeria. And this is a course I want to study. Okay, and I know I want to study because I love it, I value it. But now coming to the hospital, seeing how they were being treated, I was like, no, there should be more to nursing beyond this 35,000 naira salary. I know that most of us it's no longer like that. I'm sure. I'm sure it's no longer like that now. Like I'm sure that the salary now is now, let's say, up to 100K, 200K or something like that. But even at that, it's still not good. It's still not good. It's still not good. So I just knew that there is something more to nursing than this the job they and getting a salary and all that. And I've spoken with so many nurses. They always tell me that the salary is always frustrating. And this is what you're going to be learning. Okay, this is what you're going to be learning. You're going to be discovering how you can use your nursing skills to work in in telehealth and position yourself globally. Okay, now so this is what you're going to be learning on how you can use this skill that you have as a nurse to earn globally. So because there is much more than nursing is much more than the salary you're earning in the hospital. Nursing is much more than always coming to the hospital. Like it's I am even doing okay that time before I came, they are working on an 8 hour shift. But when I came in, these management uh, did some restructuring and say that the hours that nurses should be working with now be 12 hours. I don't know if it's still ongoing now, but 12 hour shift every day, and the salary remains the same. It's not as if that the salary was increased. So the 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 work rate, the workload was increased, the working time was increased almost to double, and yet the salaries were still the same. Those that were earning 35K, we are still earning 35K. Those that were earning 45K, we are still earning 45K. So these are the things that bothered me so much. I went into knowing more about how nurses can learn and how nurses can become beyond the hospital, how nurses can become global and be paid for the value they bring, okay, and be paid for the value they bring to the society. So, and of course, this is Nigeria. That's if you're watching from Nigeria, or this is Africa, our skills are taken for granted. Okay, our skills are taken for granted. If you're a nurse, the government takes you, doesn't even consider you. Was it not a few years ago, or was it, yeah, a few years ago, that a law came up that you can't even travel again as a nurse the way you want. You have to work for a certain time for like 2 years with some things, clause that are you needed to do before you can travel or before you can relocate from this country. That's to tell us that the government does not care about you, the hospital does not care about you. If you resign from your nursing position now, they are going to hire another person. They don't care about you. They don't care about how you feel. Sometimes even when you are sick, you go to the hospital, you still nurse patients, right? You can't give an excuse. Even when your children have when your children have something special in their life like a birthday, graduation ceremony or anything, you are not still present with them because of your nursing profession. And this same system you value so much, this same system you value so much, they don't reciprocate the value for you. You know they just, it's as if they end up taking more from us than what they give to us, because to them they think that is a privilege that we are working for them without knowing that they are more privileged that we are in this country. Remove nurses from Nigeria, people will die more. It's true, yeah, the rate of death in Nigeria, it's on the increase, but nurses are always there to make sure and to manage the situation. So, but the government we are doing this for, they don't even care. So that is why we nurses we keep going on strike month after month, year after year, keep going on protest. They don't care about what we are feeling. They don't care about what we are going through. They don't care about things. They don't care about if we go on a strike. They don't care. After all, them, if they fall sick, they fly them out of the country the next minute for them to take proper medication. You know, they won't. Their children don't study in Nigeria. It baffles me to. I'm always baffled when I see that Nursing is one of the most expensive course to study in this country. Nursing is one of the most expensive course to study. I've seen people study nursing with over 1 million naira per year as their tuition fee. Over 1 million naira. In my own time, I couldn't study it because that was like 2018. I couldn't study because I didn't have the money. My parents don't have the money. And then it was 300K. Now it's almost 1 million plus. So you can see that the profession is very hard to enter, very difficult to pay through, very difficult to pay your tuition. And still, when you graduate, thinking that, thinking that everything is okay, that is when you now find out that the system has been bastardized, the system has been, has failed already. I've seen nurses with first class. They had to wait for months. Some of them had to wait for a year before they could get a job, before they could get an internship that was to pay them less than 100K with a first class. So what is the hope of an average nurse in Nigeria? That is why this training or this webinar is going to help you to move forward to a point where you can aim for yourself, where you can make money on your own demands. You can go to the hospital and all that, but that is what telehealth is all about. Telehealth is you, okay. Let me not move ahead of myself. So you can see here, I said your salary is not enough. You work long hours, morning, late nights, weekends too. Even we work weekends now, and you are always tired. Of course, the workload, the 12-hour shift. Sometimes just few nurses will be handling a whole big ward. I've seen like two nurses handle a male ward, and this male ward is filled with over 10, what's even 10, over 15 male patients with just two nurses. That's tiring, that's stressful, that's inhuman. So, and you want more opportunities. There is more out there, but you don't really know how you can do that. So you deserve better. Your skills are valuable, and it's time you get paid for that. Okay, so you are not the problem. So one thing I want you to know is that you are not the problem. Okay, you are not the problem here. You just need another opportunity. You just need, to use the same skill you have, the same nursing skill you have, to leverage it for another opportunity. You are still a nurse, but now you are doing it in a different way now. That's as a telehealth nurse. Okay, okay, hold on. Okay. Now you can be asking yourself, what is telehealth? So now telehealth, a telehealth nurse is, it cares for patients. You can either use your phone, video call, chat, online systems, instead of always seeing them in person. Okay, instead of always seeing them in person. So this is something you can do at the comfort of your home, at the comfort of anywhere you are. You can do it with your phone, with your system, that's your laptop, anywhere. Some of us have actually, done that, somehow. Right? You still use the same nursing knowledge that you have. You just simply need to help people from a different setting. All right. So this is how you can stay in Nigeria and you can be consulting with a patient that is in the US and you are getting paid in dollars. So let me not move ahead of myself. So now, why should you learn telehealth? Why should you learn telehealth? First of all, learning telehealth helps you to build a modern skill. Telehealth is the future of healthcare. In fact, telehealth is the now of healthcare. It helps you to get ahead of everyone else. That is one importance of telehealth. It helps you to get ahead of everyone else. It helps you to advance in your career, right? So now another one again is that telehealth helps you to gain more opportunities. It opens doors to local and international roles you never had access to before. So, for example, some of my mentees that I'm currently training, they are learning new skills, getting exposed to the US healthcare system and recruiters and all that. So I'm still going to come to that. Now, another reason is that employers want this. Healthcare is going digital, and the nurses who adapt will be in high demand. Healthcare system are in need of this. No wonder the mentees I trained, just them positioning themselves and recruiters are looking for them, because this is a very high in demand skill that they want to help. Now I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why the US healthcare is in need of you. Okay. By the grace of God, I told you, I work with some nurse directors in the US. Okay. I work with nurse directors in the US. So, and I have been able to see, working with them, I've been able to see, that was even why I came up, or that was how I came up with telehealth nursing. So it's not just as if I'm training you on telehealth, or you're getting trained, to become a telehealth nurse, to become like other people. No, I've worked with these nurse directors in the US, and I've been able to see the gap in the US healthcare system. And the gap is that, this is the gap. The gap is that US in a US hospital, in an average US hospital, they have more workload compared to the nurses working in the hospital. The work is more than the nurses. The work is more than the nurses, and it makes them lose balance on vital things that are needed for a patient. For example, following up a patient, especially after they have been discharged, it is very important for them, but they don't, because they don't have enough hands to do that. Another one is documentation. They end up documenting poorly because they don't have enough time. They are limited. They have very few, and the workload is much. That is why that is why it's as if the US healthcare system is always opening their arms to African nurses to come in and work with them, because they are limited. Now, you might think that going to the US to work is a good, of course, is a good one. That is a very good one. Okay. So the only difference is that when you are working from Nigeria, or from your country now, your home country now in Africa, and you are working for the US healthcare system, you earn in dollars and you're spending in naira. Whereas those that are relocated, okay, they earn in dollars and they are spending in dollars. They are paying the task in dollars. They are paying bills in dollars. So you now see that this is a big advantage for you that's in Nigeria. You get to earn in dollars and you spend in naira. It helps you to save more money. It helps you to complete that project. Let's say maybe your building project, or any project that you're working on that was paused because of of lack of funds. It helps you to take your children to the highest level of education, because you are earning in dollars and you're spending in naira. So now, because of this gap in the US healthcare system, US healthcare system now wants to, or they are currently recruiting nurses that are good at working remotely, no longer on site. They hire, it's already the one they are hiring remote nurses more, especially nurses that are good with telehealth, because they want a nurse that can help to, because them, this is the advantage now. The advantage is that they don't get to pay you a lot of money. Like, for example, if you're in the US, they pay you an average of $45 per hour, all right, $45 or $50 per hour. But when you are in Nigeria, they pay you an average of $30 or $20 per hour. So they don't get to spend much, and it helps them. Now, most nurses that are relocating, most times the hospital are the ones that fund their trip, their relocation, funds that expenses. So they don't want, so it helps them to reduce their expenses and increase their value. That is why telehealth nurses are are hot cakes for the US hospital. That is why telehealth nurses are vital. Like, they are sought after by the US healthcare system now, because they spend more and they solve their problem. They spend more. They don't get to pay for your flight ticket to come to the US. They get to just pay you $30. And you know what $30 is? One of my mentees actually currently is earning $20 per hour. Okay, $20 per hour. Like, that's an average of, and she works for like 8 hours in a month, in a day. That's like an average of I think she told me about 5 million naira in a month. 5 million naira in a month. So you see now, it's a lot of money for you, but for them it's not. So even if it's $20 or $30 per hour, it's still a lot of money for you that is in Nigeria. Now imagine you that maybe let's say you're earning 150K, 200K, 300K, and now you now get an opportunity to earn that money you earn in a month, in a day. How happy will you feel? What can you do with that money? What can you what can you do? Just imagine it. So that is the opportunity that is opened for you when you are a telehealth nurse. So it also boosts your confidence because you have a skill that is in demand. You have a high valuable skill, and also it makes you a global nurse. It doesn't You're not now limited by the hospital. You are no longer limited by the hospital that you're working with. Okay, you are now a global nurse. You prepare yourself for US telehealth nursing and international healthcare. Now, in this training, now not here, but of course, I'm going to be giving you an advantage to join, an opportunity to join my training, my telehealth training. Okay, so now in that training, what you're going to learn is it's going to be a 4 weeks training. Okay, remember when I talked about my mentees and all that? Currently, the current cohort is ongoing. All right, the current cohort is ongoing, and this is what you're going to be learning. All right, when you join us, if you join us, it's a 4 weeks training and it's practical. In fact, one of the classes we actually spoke, we role played while one of us became a nurse, a telehealth nurse, the other became a patient. We role played so that you can be confident in your skill as a telehealth nurse. And that is it helps you when you go for a telehealth interview and they ask you what do you have an experience in working as a telehealth nurse, you tell them yes, because in this training we create that atmosphere, that environment where you get to beyond the teaching, you practice what you're learning. And of course, it's a live section, it's always a video section. You see everything that is working, and in case you're not able to join, there is always a recorded class, it's always recorded that you can always go through it at your convenient time. You get to learn from anywhere you are. So you're going to be learning telehealth nursing fundamentals, documentation, and communication skills. You'll also be learning real life telehealth practice scenarios, like I just said. You're also going to be learning how to position yourself for US healthcare roles, telehealth roles. Now, this is one thing you must know. Beyond getting a skill, learn how to position yourself to get paid for it. It is not enough to get a telehealth skill. If you can't be paid for it, that means there is no need of you getting the skill at the first place. If you have a telehealth skill and nobody is noticing you, no recruiter, no healthcare recruiter, international healthcare recruiter is noticing what you're doing, or they are not seeing you, that means the skill you have is already a waste. Okay, because you can't be paid for it. So, but in this training, you are also going to be learning how to position yourself for US telehealth roles, which will help you to get them, and also how to, how telehealth consultation works, practical live sessions every week, and also helps you to build a professional LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn is the largest professional platform in the world, or the largest social media platform in the world. The 99% of recruiters or employers that will be employing you are on LinkedIn. That is why in this training, you're also going to be seeing how to position yourself on LinkedIn. Now, let me show you something. Let me show you something. This is my LinkedIn account. This is my LinkedIn account. This is my LinkedIn account. So when I tell you I work with nurse directors in the US, I'm not joking about it. So this is my LinkedIn account. I just hope it loads. I want to show you my profile. Okay, I want to show you my profile. And when it comes to getting visible to the international market, okay, I have been doing that, and not just me now. Beyond me doing that, my mentees also do that. If you'll be following me on WhatsApp, you've been seeing where I post about the success of my mentees about it now. Okay, I think network is poor here. Let's go back. Let's go back. But I wanted to show you what is LinkedIn, because most of us don't really know what LinkedIn is all about. Most of us don't really know what LinkedIn is all about. So that's why I want to show you what LinkedIn is all about. Let's continue. We'll come back here. Okay. Let's continue. Come back here. So how it works now, you would practice, not just watch. Okay. You're going to be practicing live demo. You watch real life layouts, scenarios play out live. Of course, beyond the watching now and all that, and then seeing the live demos now, you're going to also be exercising it. You're going to be learning how to, one of the things like I did for the current cohort now, it's showing them how to document, how to do documentation as a telehealth nurse, how to document. Do you know, as a telehealth nurse or as a nurse, if you're good with documentation, you are that's a very big skill for you. If you're good in internationally and you know how to document for an international hospital or for an international organization, that is a very big plus for you. So it's a part of what you're going to be learning. Okay, you're going to be getting feedbacks, you're going to be asking questions, you're going to be, learn by doing. Like yesterday, yeah, I had a class with my mentees yesterday and day before yesterday, and I was able to that yesterday and day before yesterday, we were connecting with the recruiters and employers, sending DMs and all that. Okay, sending DMs to them. And this is it. Most times we think it's all about applying for a job. You come to LinkedIn, you see a job opening on LinkedIn, you apply for it. It's beyond applying for a job. You shouldn't just apply for a job. No, you should not just apply for a job. Beyond applying for a job, you should get connected to those people. You should be connected to those people that are actually recruiting. And that is an advantage my mentees have. And that's an advantage LinkedIn brings for you. I just wish this LinkedIn is going to open. I just wish this LinkedIn is going to open. I just wish this LinkedIn is going to open so that I can show you what I'm talking about. So that's an advantage LinkedIn brings for you. Beyond applying for a job, you get to connect with those. So yesterday, day before yesterday, all throughout this week, we've been sending DMs, and I'm going to be showing you the result of that. So it is not just I'm not just talking. I'm showing you the result of what we are doing. So it's not just about you doing it. It's about you. I want to know if you can hear me. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, let me know. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I'm coming to answer your questions, all right? I'm coming to answer your questions, okay? Okay, okay. I can see your question. Someone's asking, is an NCLEX needed and all that. Don't worry, I am coming to answer your question. I'm coming to answer your question. So, okay, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So now, excuse me. Okay, so thank you so much. Now, when you okay, now I'm going to be showing you the results of what these things happen. Like I told you, sending the DMs, connecting with telehealth recruiters and telehealth companies. Now, it has helped them. Okay, it has helped them to. It's still loading. Network is not that strong. So it has helped them to start getting DMs from recruiters. And also the beyond the sending of DMs, even before they started sending the DMs, the recruiters started reaching out to them. One of them, you're going to be seeing it, okay? I don't want to talk much. I want to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? Can you see this? Now, this is it. Now look at the second slide, the second image. Okay, look at the second one now. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. Okay, this is the second one. You can see what she said. She said, after setting my profile, I got this email to join their team. Now, this is a team of healthcare AI. This is a healthcare AI team, right? So, and they are looking for nurses that are good with telehealth, that are good with working with AI and all that. Now, that's most importantly with telehealth. And she said after she settled her profile, she got this email because in the training I showed them how to optimize their profile on LinkedIn. Let me know if our LinkedIn have loaded. It's still loading. Wow, I just use this to load so I can show you what I'm saying on LinkedIn. Okay, okay, that's okay. It's loading now. Let's give it more time. So she said after she settled her profile now and all that. So you can see what they say. Now read this thing very well. Read what they told her. They say they are a global community and all that and all that. They said now the second paragraph says your background as a registered nurse midwife is a great fit for the kind of specialized expertise we are looking for or we look for. Now her background. Now remember that over the years, I don't know how many years she has practiced as a nurse, but she never got this opportunity until she positioned herself. Of course, in the training I showed her how to position herself, how to optimize her profile on LinkedIn, and because of that, she's getting this kind of thing to join their team. Okay, she join their team, and this is a very big company in the US. This is a very big company in the US. So, and someone that's asking, do you need NCLEX to join? No, you don't. From here, you can see what she said. She said after setting her profile, she got this email, not endless. So these are opportunities you get without even you don't need to write any professional exam. You don't need to write any professional exam. Okay, all you need is to learn the skill of have the skill of telehealth, become a telehealth nurse and position yourself. And these are things that you are going to be seeing in this training. Now this is another one. This is another testimonial from my student, my mentee, right? Rather. So she said, I got an international job to be a mental health consultant for a white lady in the US. To be a mental health consultant for a white lady in the US. And what skill is she going to be using to consult with a white lady in the US? That's a telehealth skill. Because she has telehealth skill and she positioned herself on LinkedIn, she got an international job. In fact, when she was telling me, she said they asked her, the family asked her, how much should we be paying you so that you can help us with this project, so that you can help us with this task. So it was an open check for her. So it was not a company that hired her. In this case now, this first one I showed you was a company hiring her. But in this second case now was a US family that have been seeing what she has been doing, hiring her, and she got the job. So in either case, whether it's a company or an individual, just know you're going to be paid well. You're going to be paid well. So, and I said, wow, that's beautiful. I'm happy for you. And she said, thank you, boss. I have to also explain to her what she needs to do and all that. So you can see now, it's not just about the it's not just about you learning a skill and all that and you're not getting an opportunity from it. Beyond these skills, opportunities. There are opportunities for you. Now you see the third testimonial. She said, I received this message. Let me expand it for you. I received this message. I received this message from one of the people I connected with, and we are to have a scheduled Zoom meeting by 7 p.m. today. That was this testimony actually came today. Remember, I said all through the week. Today should be Friday. All through this week we've been connecting and we've been sending DMs to recruiters with company CEOs now. Now imagine if he got this thing just in a week or less than a week, in few days, 3 days of him applying what he learns. What will now happen to him? Actually, he's a guy, oh, he's a male nurse. He's a male nurse. What will happen to him if he stays consistent for a month? We just started connecting and sending DMs and all that. He only connected. He has not even sent a DM. And this happened, he just did that, I think, yesterday, because that was the yesterday. We had a class yesterday. He did that yesterday and this morning. So in less than 24 hours, he's getting this result. Now just imagine how what will happen if you stay with it for 1 month. And these are opportunities that nurses have access to. But if you can't position yourself well, you can't get it. This is why I told you earlier that I just knew that nurses should have more. Nurses should be paid more. But I had to started doing the research to know how this has been working. And since that day, I've been helping nurses and others. They have been seeing results. This is just one of them. It happened between yesterday and today. He connected yesterday and they are scheduling a meeting today. Now this is another one. She said, okay, let me show you. She said, I just got a normal message, not an email. So she was trying to say it was an email. Okay, it was a normal message she got on LinkedIn, not an email. So this person reached out to her, called her name and said, thanks for connecting. I'm a healthcare recruiter. I help connect healthcare professionals with job opportunities. If you're open to it, feel free to share your preferences and all that. So this recruiter is telling her, share your preferences. Like, tell me where do you want to be connected? What would you want to work in and all that and all that. And she sent this to me. I advised her on what she should do. Okay. So now imagine you have this skill, and the reason why this recruiter should reach out to her is because the recruiter saw her on LinkedIn. She positioned herself well on LinkedIn. And it's not just about positioning having an account on LinkedIn. No, if you just have an account on LinkedIn, that's not enough. Nobody's going to see you. So now, but her, she has an account on LinkedIn and she's well positioned. And that's what the training helped her to do. Now, your next step starts today. Okay, your next step starts today. You're going to have to decide, if you want to move forward with, with this telehealth training like this that will help you to become a telehealth nurse and still help you to position yourself to be seen by people that can pay you well for what you are actually doing. Okay, now this is an opportunity for you to upskill, like to move forward. That's an opportunity. And I love rewarding people that are fast action takers, right? So actually now this is the training. This is the training now. This is the flyer for the training. Come in 30 a telehealth nurse in 30 days and all that. The price, actually the registration fee is 45K, but for those who will be paying tonight, that's early registration, you're only going to be paying 30,000 naira. You're only going to be paying 30,000 naira. So, and you might be asking, when is the training starting and all that? The training is starting from the 1st of July. Okay, the training is starting from the 1st of July. Okay, it runs all through July. And even if you don't have time, okay, even if you don't have time, like I said, the training is recorded. So you always have access to it. And beyond the training, you always have support. If I show you my community where this current cohort is going on, you will see we are always active. We are always active. The support is massive. The support is massive. And yeah, I didn't even tell you, you're also going to be getting a certificate at the end. What is happening here? You're also going to be getting a certificate at the end. You're also going to be getting a certificate at the end. And this is a bonus I'm going to be giving to people that are paying tonight, people that are paying 30K, that are paying for it tonight. Beyond you paying only 30K instead of the 45,000, you're going to be getting telehealth resume templates. You're going to be getting telehealth interview questions and guide and answer guide. When you go for interview, you're going to use it. And also list of telehealth companies hiring nurses. You're also going to get LinkedIn optimization guide for you as a telehealth nurse. And at the end, you're also going to be getting a certificate of completion. Okay. So, but these are people that are going to be paying tonight. Yeah. Those that are going to be paying tonight. That's the early registration. Those that are paying early tonight. And we are starting on the 1st of July. Today is 26th. And of course, some people might be like, okay, what's the account number and all that? This is it. This is it. This is it. So today you can just send me a DM, if you're making your payment now, send me a DM so I can add you to the group immediately. Send me a DM so I can add you to the group immediately. And yeah, So I think I'll be needing you. Some of us asked questions like someone said, "Do you want is without a an NCLEX, can you be getting it?" Yes, you're going to be getting it without NCLEX, okay? Without NCLEX, you're still going to be getting it. Without NCLEX, you're still going to be getting it. All right. So, who else has it? I don't know if anybody has any question to ask me. Does anyone have any a question to ask me? Yes, actually, you can start with your phone. Most of the people now, like all these testimonials I showed you, it's all phone. Okay, they are you only need you're going to be using your phone to connect. You're going to be using you're going to be using your phone to connect on LinkedIn. You're going to be using your phone to position yourself on LinkedIn. All right. So, like I said, those that are paying today, you're going to be paying only 30,000 naira, and you're going to be getting these bonuses with a certificate at the end. All right. Yeah. So that is it. But I love rewarding fast action takers. So that's a discount for you. So just send me a DM if you want to move forward, if you want to move forward now so that I can help you. We are starting on the 1st of July. All right. We are starting on the 1st of July and it runs for 4 weeks. All right. So that is it. Thank you so much for joining. I can see nobody has a question to ask. Does anybody how recognized is the certificate? It is recognized. Is the opportunity open to registered midwives too? Yes, actually, it's also open to registered midwives. It's also open to registered midwives, but you have to send me a DM to tell me that okay, I'm a registered midwife before you join. Okay, there are things you need to still work on before that, but you just have to send me a DM to let me know. Okay, so what else? And when will the next cohort be coming up after July? I don't know. I don't know. But of course, I don't know how when it will come up after July. The only thing I know is just about this one that is coming up next. What of student nurses? Okay, yeah, please, if you're a student nurse, send me a DM. This particular one, is not really for student nurses. Okay, it's for experienced nurses, those that are already, those that are nurses already. So you can just send me a DM if you're a student nurse. There are ones for you, all right? There are other ones for you. Okay, 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 okay. So, of course, so if you are ready to move forward, just send me a DM or you can use the account details. I'm going to be sending it to the group so that you can move forward. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Miss Mustafa, you're welcome.